شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله نعمده نستعينه نؤمن به ونستغفره ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهديه الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. All praise is due to Allah. We bear witness that there is none worthy of worship except Allah. We also bear witness that Prophet Muhammad is a messenger and a servant of Allah. Allah sent him to the whole of mankind to come and guide us. We bear witness that he delivered the message to the best of his ability. May Allah share his blessings on him, his household, his companions, and those of us who continue to tread the path led by Muhammad till the day of resurrection. Ameen. Inshallah, today we are discussing Ramadan, month of charity and generosity. Month of charity and generosity. What we mean by charity is the act of giving. The act of giving to somebody whom you are not owing. If you are owing somebody and you give him, then that one is not charity. You are doing the normal. But when you are not owing somebody and you give him out of benevolence, out of generosity, that's what we call charity. We want to say that Ramadan is one of the months in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enjoins us to be generous, enjoins us to give as much as we can, to remember others, those who are less privileged. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created all of us out of his infinite wisdom. He has made some people to be lower in terms of provision. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has raised some people up in terms of provision. He has given some people more and he has given some less. Those he has given more, he has used it to test them. Will they be able to extend their hand of giving to those who do not have? And those who do not have, will they exercise sabr with what Allah has given them? So one of the reasons why one of the things Ramadan is supposed to achieve in our life is this act of charity and benevolence and generosity. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to taste hunger. Hunger, no matter how rich you are. One basic principle about Ramadan is that you cannot refuse to fast. Allah has made it compulsory for the low, for the high, for those who are rich, for those who are not. You cannot stay away from it because Allah wants everybody to have a taste of hunger. Now, when you have a taste of hunger, you will be able to know how it is to be hungry. Because if not, Allah has so much arranged this world that if not that Allah has made fasting compulsory, there are some people they will never know what is hunger in their life. Because before it is time for food, they already have the food with them. But Allah has a means of letting you know there is hunger. Fasting is one of them. Fasting is one of them. Because there are sometimes you are not even fasting, you see the food, you don't want to eat it. You say you don't have appetite. That's one of the ways God has made it possible for those who are in affluence to be able to taste food. So Allah now says fasting is compulsory for everybody. You must fast. If you break a fast during Ramadan, if you fast the whole of the remaining year, it will not compensate for that one you have broken. So every Muslim knows that it is compulsory to fast. So therefore, fasting enables us to understand there is hunger, and so when you see hunger, you'll be able to when you see somebody who is hungry, you'll be able to extend your hand of fellowship to them, and that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from you. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, make it more rewarding to give charity during the month of Ramadan. For instance, the Prophet told us, if you give somebody, something with which he will break his fast, you will have the reward of his fast plus your own, and that will not diminish anything from his own reward. That is mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is meant to encourage the act of giving. That is why when you go to our mosque during the month of Ramadan, you see people coming to share what they have with others that they believe do not have. The meaning and the implication of that is that everybody wants to get the reward of charity during the month of Ramadan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards you more. He gives the reward to the one who is giving. He gives the reward to the one who is receiving, without one affecting the other. Out of Allah's benevolence, all these rewards come together and benefit humanity. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, again, like the Prophet told us, if you, in the month of Ramadan, the reward of everything you do is manifold, is double than compared to the one you are doing when other months are here, not Ramadan. So therefore, the meaning of that is that every Muslim will now want to give, and should want to give more. It's not that you are not giving before, but you want to give more during the month of Ramadan so that you can have more reward during the month of Ramadan. Another thing is that it's a means of charity. Generally is a means of purification of your wealth and your soul. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses charity to clean your wealth and to clean your own soul too, to purge you of greediness, to purge you of miserliness, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala owns everything. So if he has decided to give you more, then he wants you to spend more for those who do not have. We saw this in the companions of the Prophet, and in the Prophet himself, who set the example, who set the pace for the companions to follow. The eagerness to give is always there, and we want the eagerness now to continue and to be more during the month of Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ told us, if you give charity to somebody for Allah's sake, it's Allah himself will collect that charity from you, and he will keep you, and he'll keep it for you, and he will help you to nurture it, and that thing will continue to grow, and it can grow as much as the month of Wood. So every Muslim will want to have that enormous reward, and that is one of the reasons why charity is highly encouraged during the month of Ramadan, and why every Muslim must engage, even those who do not have. Another reason is that suffering. When there is a lot of suffering in the land, people get their suffering alleviated during the month of Ramadan, because many people want to give, and it is expected that people should want to give in the month of Ramadan. So therefore, when you give, you are alleviating other people's suffering. Remember, when there is suffering in the land, it is not enough for any individual to be in comfort. The Prophet ﷺ said you cannot be in comfort when your neighbors and the people around you are in hardship. You have to extend to them. So giving charity during the month of Ramadan alleviates people's suffering, and therefore tends toward establishment of peace on the surface of on the surface of the heart, especially in our immediate environment. So when we give, there is going to be relative peace. You will discover that during the month of Ramadan, there is always relative peace in our environment. in our community. Because even people who are not fasting will come to where other charities are being given. Everybody will benefit from it. So, giving out will alleviate poverty, will alleviate suffering of the people. So also, giving is an act of that will give you deep spiritual connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because all people are created by Allah. It's not in Allah's practice to throw down juicy thing or money or anything from heaven. It's people that will give to people. So if Allah has used you to bless some people, then you have established good relationship, good rapport with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will love you. Allah will raise your rank in His presence here and in the world to come. Also, giving charity and being generous will lead to communal solidarity, because he who gives has established good relationship between him and the people. We need to live with people with good relationship. The Prophet ﷺ said the person is not a Muslim who eats to his fill when his neighbor is in hunger. When the neighbor is feeling hungry and you are eating to your fill, this act of bam bam layo, like the Yoruba man will say, we are not concerned whether some people are hungry. Islam is not meant for that type of living, and Islam does not want you to live that type of life. Give consideration to others. In fact, what Islam recommends to you is consider the others first before you consider yourself. That thing, it looks like maybe it's impossible, but it's possible. When you consider others, Allah will consider you, and Allah will find a way of getting that particular thing also to you. Allah will get it to you. We read in the Sirah of a time when there was famine, no food in the land. Somebody received a gift of meat from someone. You now think this meat, oh, so brother is in need of it more than me. He sent it to him. That one also received it and said another person is more of need to than him. He sent it to him. So this meat got to as many as 7 people, and the last person, the 7th people now send it to the person who sent, without knowing. None of them knows that it's so. Is the person that sent it to him. The last person that lastly got it is the person who sent it at first. So therefore, what we are saying is that when you take others into consideration, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take you into consideration. When you give preference to other people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of you. But you're giving preference to other people stand to establish good rapport, good relationship between the people. It makes the society to be in peace. It is reported that during the time of one of the companions, when he was the Khalifa, he sent words to the people. Look, if you don't give sadaqah, you don't give zakat, then I will stop cutting the hand of thieves and allow them to come and claim their rights with you by themselves. Which means that when we give sadaqah and more generous people are in the society, there is going to be less and less occurrence of stealing. People will not steal because they already have what they need. You have extended your hand of generosity to them. The Yoruba people says, let's give bone, let's give meat to our neighbor so that we will be able to crack the bones. The meaning of that is that when you kill an animal and you share the animal with the people, then you